Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the morning. Good afternoon. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day. I'll read. I'm also joined by the man that we call Behe. I'll read, Bib.
Good morning. Good morning, Graham.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon, sorry. Afternoon, yeah.
Welcome. It's twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. The time is 10 a.m. with a big old ish. It's 12:02. Busy day, busy morning. Also combined with the fact that anyone that tunes in regularly may remember about 3-4 weeks ago, I ran a Windows update and my world fell to pieces. Well, today was Bibby's turn to run the same Windows update, and the same world fell to pieces in the same sort of way. So Bibby's just had to rebuild his setup and stuff this morning, which is why we've added extra ish to the ish. So do you know, like football matches have like stoppage time on extra time? That's kind of where we are now. So we've got the extra time, which is the ish, and we're in the stoppage time of that. So yeah, welcome in. Anyway, how are we all doing? Football analogy, because the football's back today. Yeah. A couple of days off. Euros crack on. That's what we like to see. How the devil are we all doing? If you're in the chat, please do feel free to let us know. Magic Man did so bright and early, say morning-ish. Let's go! Using our brand new partner benefit animated emotes in the chat. I see you, Madge. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Lake, as well. I say good afternoon even. Lake, nice to see you in. Nice to see you in. Are you in because there's no work today, or are you in because we started so late that work's finished and you've got the time to get in? Which one is it? Which one is it? Mr. C says afternoon. Afternoon, sir. Afternoon. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy episode birthday. Happy anniversary. All questions from West. And the reason he says that is because this, we've mentioned it a few times already, is episode 400. We've done 400 episodes of The Scoop now. So, I mean, now, if you started watching The Scoop today and watched one episode a day every day, including the weekends, you would be well into over a year, which is big numbers. A lot of effort put into it, and that's why we massively appreciate you people that do come back each and every single weekday. Twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads at 10 a.m. ish. Ish. And you guys that just tune in when you can or listen on demand, we appreciate you. Anyway, for those of you that may be new here, may have thought, episode 400, I'm going to give this a little bit of a check-in. Well, my name is Graham Day. This is Bib. We are Ice Cream, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is your scoop, your daily dose of news from the world of video games and beyond. Some may even say this is the UK's #1 video game podcast. We are those people. It still counts. Anyway, we're going to give you our thoughts and our impressions on the biggest, the best, the breaking stories from the world of video games, and we want your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. So if you're in the chat, please do get involved. It's important that you do, because the live stream that happens at 10 a.m. on the money-ish each and every single weekday on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, that live stream gets turned into a podcast video that goes on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play. Plenty of places for people to watch and listen on demand. So if you can't be with us live, that's fine. You've got work. That's understandable. You just want to go out for some food. That's understandable. Especially if you don't know when we're going to start. I mean, is it 10 o'clock? Is it 12 o'clock? Fuck knows. It's ish. But yeah, if you miss it, you can catch it up on demand. You can also watch it on demand on Twitch as well, by the way. But please do give us your thoughts and impressions, because whilst people can watch and listen on demand, they don't get to get involved in the show live, which is what you guys do on Twitch on their behalf. Before we crack on, I just want to say, !loot drop. This is the final on-scoop reminder. Actually, no, you'll get a reminder on Monday. I tell a lie. This is the penultimate on-scoop reminder to let you know that the loot drop will be taking place on Monday. One person will get a prize, which is this, the Ice Cream Uploads esports jersey, or whatever else you want from the Ice Cream Uploads Gamers Apparel merch store. One person that's a subscriber will get that prize on Monday. Everyone that is a sub and is in our Discord have their names put into the hat. We will do the draw live on stream if we are live streaming on Monday. If not, we'll do it and post it live into that channel on Discord for everyone. As live. It will be recorded, obviously, if it's going to Discord. But yeah, anyway, we'll do that anyway, so you guys can see what the score is. But yes, !loot drop if you want the information on that. If you are a sub, make sure you're in Discord on Monday. If not, the draw will happen on Monday, and even if you are a sub, you won't be in it, so you need to be in the Discord and link your accounts. That link in the chat, thank you very much to Lake for dropping the command, will give you all the details you need to know. Like Wes says, you need to link your Discords and Twitch. That's not something that you do on with us. That's something you do with your accounts. If your Discord and Twitch accounts are linked, which I recommend just because you get benefits and stuff for that anyway, but if you do that, our Discord can see that you're a subscriber. If you don't do that, our Discord can't see that you're a subscriber, and then we can't draw. put you in the draw. Nice. Finally, exclamation mark insert coin. Shout out to West, who purchased some insert coin goodies last night and used code IC Ice Cream 20. If you want that code, exclamation mark insert coin in the chat, will give you that. It was also insert coin's 11th birthday, and we got these bad boys, the 11th birthday / 2021 pin badge from insert coin. So shout out to the lovely people at insert coin. I am wearing an insert coin hoodie today. This is the black PlayStation hoodie. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This might even be, I don't know. I'm going to say it might even be my favourite hoodie, but then I instantly think of all the other good hoodies that I've got, and I think, okay, maybe not. I'm not sure. So it's up there with my favourite hoodies, but I don't know. Anyway, should we get into some news? Should we do some news? I think we should.
Why the hell not?
Yeah, nice. If you haven't seen it, there is a pretty tasty story to begin things off today. So yesterday I did have kind of an Xbox-themed top on. Which was the Doom one. It wasn't. It was Doom rather than Xbox. But today I have a very PlayStation top on, which is not necessarily the greatest day to be wearing it because a very big figure from the world of PlayStation over the last 12 to 24 months in particular, but the last 20 years, obviously, although he did kind of branch out across multiple platforms. Anyway, Hideo Kojima, the man behind the Metal Gears of the world, the Silent Hills-ish of the world, and obviously the Death Strandings of the world. Big guy, makes game for PlayStations. Nice. Well, the report has been announced that Hideo Kojima has signed a letter of intent to work with Microsoft on his next game. We'll give you all the details of that in the first news. But following that, EA Play Live will last for 40 minutes and will focus on games coming out soon. So more details of EA Play Live, which is taking place this month, just a few weeks until we find out what EA's summer and next 12 months is going to look like. Dead Space 4 is reportedly in development and is inspired by, I don't know about that game. What's a Resident Evil? I don't know what one of those is.
Something like that.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Like that, yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, Dead Space Force apparently inspired by Resident Evil, and then we will wrap things up with Free Game Friday. We'll tell you what games are free on the Epic Game Store this week, and we do it every week. You've probably seen it already, but we'll tell you anyway. Wade Man, thank you very much for the follow. Good morning, afternoon, even good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Okay, Bib.
Yeah.
As the proud owner of a PS5, would you like to see
proud owner.
More Hideo Kojima games on your PS5?
As long as they're not like Jeff Stranding, then yeah, of course. Why not?
Okay, Bib, as the proud owner of Xbox Game Pass, would you prefer to see Hideo Kojima games on the Xbox setup?
So long as they're not like Death Stranding, Graham. Yeah, why not?
Nice. Like the double use of the answer. GG's. Nice.
Assistant.
Well, today's first story, written by Chandler Wood at PSLS, that's PlayStation Lifestyle. Report Hideo Kojima signs letter of intent to work with Microsoft on his next game. So rumours of Hideo Kojima working with Microsoft for his next game are heating up. GameBeat's Jeff Grubb reports that the developer has signed a letter of intent with Microsoft to ink a future deal for the company to publish and assist with his next game. The two parties, Kojima and Microsoft, have reportedly signed a letter of intent to continue hashing out details for a future partnership. The letter of intent is the precursor to inking a future deal, which would see Microsoft publish the next Hideo Kojima game and allow the developer to use Microsoft resources like the Azure cloud services. Grubb states, quotes, this signifies that both parties have agreed to a generalized deal where lawyers continue hashing out the finer points. The letter of intent comes after months of talk. My God, I said the letter, not Amazon Echo robot woman's. It was flashing up in front of me. Sorry, distracted. Yeah, don't say anything that sounds like Alexa or your house will listen to you. Nice. The letter of intent comes after months of talks between the two parties, and Microsoft is reportedly already getting its ducks in a row to get Kojima everything he will need for the project. Microsoft's hiring of Portal and Left 4 Dead developer Kim Swift, who formerly worked at Stadia, seems to be with the goal of helping Kojima make his dream cloud gaming project a reality using Microsoft's cloud infrastructure. Grubb says that the deal comes without a specific pitch for a game, but rather a generalized use of the technological capabilities behind Microsoft's cloud services. Quote, the point of the partnership is to unlock the creativity of Kojima Productions using Microsoft's technology as opposed to greenlighting a specific pitch. While the deal isn't likely to completely lock Kojima into the Microsoft ecosystem, it's unlikely to see that we'd see the Kojima Microsoft game come to PlayStation platforms. After all, Microsoft locking down a title with a renowned developer who has previously been largely associated with PlayStation, especially in recent years, is an enormous get for the company. And with confirmation that Bethesda Starfield is going to be Xbox exclusive, don't expect Microsoft to share its toys so eagerly. With the Kojima deal still in its early stages and the resulting game probably won't release for years yet, Kojima is currently working on Death Stranding Director's Cut for PS5, which is expected to launch later this year. So Hideo Kojima in bed with Microsoft, or so it seems. He could be, not confirmed, but there is a letter of intent, apparently. Take it all with a pinch. I don't believe I've seen anything that says... there you go. It starts off with the word rumours. Take it with a pinch. A big, old, fat grain of salt. But Kojima could be working with Microsoft, particularly on some cloud gaming infrastructure / gameplay experiences. Babe, what are your thoughts?
Purposely vague. And I don't necessarily know what all of that means. Like, he's working on a cloud
Nobody
service
does,
game.
but it's provocative. It gets the people going.
Like, is it just a game that's just going to be available to be played in the cloud? Or is it a game that's going to be available everywhere, but it's also a cloud-based game? Like, what? There's so many different things to pull apart with this, but I genuinely have no idea. Like, it feels like the rumor mill is well and truly starting to get rolled out with this one, and no one really knows what it is, but it's something to report on. If anyone else in the chat can try and make sense of this, that would be helpful, because I genuinely have no idea. It feels to me like it's just a game that is going to be potentially signed exclusive with Microsoft, and then it will be available in xCloud or whatever form of Game Pass or whatever. But genuinely, what the fuck? All I want to know is what kind of game it is that he's bringing out. That's all I need to know to be happy.
Maybe it's not a game. That's the odd but also still very Kojima thing about this is there's lots of things in gaming that can be done that either aren't done because they're not normal. That's probably the best way to put it. They're not normal. But Hideo Kojima is known for not just sticking with the norm. He pushes the boundaries, he pushes the envelope. Sometimes it works exceptionally well, sometimes not so much. So we've got the likes on one hand, everyone will always mention Psycho Mantis, sticky controller in the second part. Enzo, good morning.
Hey.
Thank you very much with the raid, dude. How was games? I'm assuming Hunt, is that what we're playing? What are you saying? What are you saying? Good morning. Thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate it, dude. If you are up early doors or late doors, do you know what? All the doors, then feel free to check out Enzo Cast stream. He does play a little bit of a variety of games, so make sure you check him out. Everything from Pez to Hunt Showdown to music streams. Do give him a drop in. I do tend to lurk in his
And
stuff
PUBG
in the
with
morning
us
as well. Oh yeah, exactly. And yeah, PUBG with us. Winner. Not so many chicken dinner. Nice. But yeah, Kojima, we've got, obviously, I was saying he does everything in terms of, like I said, the Psycho Mantis PS2 player 2 controller port switch. Mind blowing. The reading the memory card to see what other games you played, mind blowing. The back of the game case stuff, mind blowing. But then you've got things like being able to use Google Glass, which was basically not Google Glass. Was it Microsoft Glass or whatever it was? Google Glass was the glasses. It was something like that. Microsoft Glass, which was if you had a game on the Xbox, like Ground Zeroes, for example, or Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, and you had an iPad next to you, you could have the iPad as your in-game map sort of stuff. So it links up to your PlayStation, and you can break away from your screen to look at the screen without having to bring up the map on screen. I mean, didn't kind of... It was nice, but it was different. And that's the thing. Hideo Kojima is kind of like not the negative version of at least he tried. At least you tried. But no, Kojima always tries, and that's kind of what it is with this. So the fact that he's not signed on for a game, for anyone else would be like... Ryan Reynolds gif, but why? But Hideo Kojima doing it, there's just something exciting there, knowing that, okay, what is he thinking about? What has he seen that no one else has seen? What is he going to do that links my gameplay experience to something else that no one else has thought about doing yet? Because that's the kind of stuff that Kojima brings to the table. So... Do I like to see Kojima signing exclusive stuffs? I didn't with PlayStation, and I don't with Xbox. But if you bring games that push systems to their limits and give you the best gameplay experiences that they can, I mean, Death Stranding arguably did that with the way it looked. It was an incredible looking game. Didn't tick all boxes for everyone, which is fine, but it was an amazing looking game. And if he does that for the Xbox ecosystem, wonderful. But if he does that for the Xbox ecosystem in a way that goes outside of the game, it breaks the fourth wall and the fifth, sixth, and seventh walls, whichever fucker they are. Like, I mean, that's the kind of shit that Kojima does. And thinking about cloud gaming vertically, not just, okay, you could just use cloud gaming to play on your phone. I mean, that's where most people will think, how can I get my money out of cloud gaming? Kojima will be like, okay, how can I use that as a possibility to attack people's senses in a different way? So I love the idea of this. Yes, please. Yes, please. Don't know what it means, but it's provocative. Okay, let's scroll.
Speculation is all about, Graham.
Yeah, I mean, and Kojima's good at it. I mean, just ask Hassan Karaman at Blue Box Studios, whose head's firmly in the sand because speculation has kind of done him over recently. Jumping into the comments, Death Stranding is ace. Screw you all, says Mr. T. Exactly. Well, it was quite good. I'd say it was probably more people lean towards liking the game than disliking the game. I wouldn't say it was Marmite, but it was a bit more polarizing than I've seen from like a lot of Kojima's stuff, which is fine. Xbox, PS5, good PC, Master Race. Master Ace plus R. I know what you mean. Death Stranding just weirds me out. Asim says, genuinely a great story and good game mechanics. Definitely not the norm, though. But that's Kojima, correct. Bought it on sale, but yet to try Death Stranding, says Madge. Next Gen Base says, no Death Stranding slander on my watch. Good game. Is it actually Kojima? Or is this Blue Box Studios again, says Tito. Ooh, maybe it's all the same. I don't know. Nah, it can't be that because Blue Box is a Blue Box, which is PlayStation, is what you'd think. And Blue Box are featured on the PlayStation blog, and PlayStation don't work well with others. So no, it's not that. It's not that. After what we discussed yesterday, it's not that. Is it actually? Oh no, on that same one. Nice. I love sequels of series, and I love sequels of series I love and similar, but I'd rather unique new IPs from creators like Kojima that take a risk than the same old. No, I agree. A bit of both. A bit of both. Sometimes you just like to quote a famous biblical text. The intro lyrics to the program Cheers. Nice. Sometimes you just want to go where everybody knows your name. It's that familiarity. So sometimes you want to go where you know everyone else's names. So the sequels to a series you like is wonderful. But yeah, you don't want same, or other games trying to make indirect sequels or rip-off sequels of your games. And you don't get that with Kojima, which is wonderful. A game that has to be played in a cloud via xCloud. Do you know what? It's possible. Basically, if true, Kojima trying something with cloud-based game, Xbox probably bending over to nab him. I mean, this is the thing, though. They've only signed the letter of intent. They're still thrashing things out. Xbox, I don't know if it got to letter of intent levels, but we're having similar conversations with Discord, and we now know that PlayStation is ahead in that race. Not that PlayStation own Discord, but they are ahead in that sort of partnership race. Could this be the Sergio Ramos to Manchester United contract renewal talks? Is Kojima having these talks to make PlayStation cough up a few more quid? I doubt it, but you never know. You never know.
He doesn't seem the type. Do you know what I mean? It's I don't know, money talks, but he doesn't seem the type to be trying to get. I'm saying that I've never met the bloke, never spoken to him, don't know anything outside of what he's done work wise. So he could genuinely, like you say, he could be, but I don't know. I can't see it.
This is Bibby as well. Bibby Two Lambos. So he's a man that knows a lot about big money. So yeah,
if he needs any financial advice and how to get the best out of deals, I'm your guy.
Speak to B2L.
Hit me up.
That's his branding.
We've got with video on Twitter, financial advice.
So you've got like the likes of CR7s and the AM9s of the world like that. B2L, Bibby Two Lambos. That's it. That's his new branding coming up. RF, Roger Federer, B2L. Get it signed, ladies and gentlemen. What did we get to? Gary says it's the same technique that is used in Flight Simulator, and it takes advantage of on-the-fly updates through the cloud. Nice. Where did we get to? Are you talking about Microsoft HoloLens, G-Man? No, what's it called? It might have not been called Glass, but it was there was an app. You had to download a different app. This is like 8 years ago. Microsoft Glass app. Maybe it wasn't Glass. Or Smart Glass. That was it. Microsoft Smart Xbox One Smart. Oh no, it's not that one.
I remember I had this on my HTC. I'm sure it was a HTC. It was like an Xbox phone way back when. I'm talking like 2012, maybe. I can't remember what it was, but it was on there as well.
Xbox 360 Smart Glass. That's the one that I had it on because I didn't get the one till I got the One S, and I've not played Metal Gear on that. So Xbox 360 Smart Glass. Actually, I'm looking for it, and Next Gen Base mentions it in the chat. There you go. Smart Glass. That was the name of the app. So you basically use a second screen. You can use it on your mobile devices, as Bib just mentioned, would be that Android, iPhone, whatever, or tablets. So I was playing Metal Gear and had my map on my old school iPad sat next to me. Microsoft abandoned it. They did, yeah. They didn't do. Didn't they do the same with the HoloLens as well? I can't remember what the HoloLens is. Give me a TLDR of what HoloLens is. Tell me. Diva and a half, according to someone close to him back in the day. Whoop. I've heard similar, to be fair. I have heard similar. Mentioning no names. 100% is. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a diva if you're fucking incredible. If you got it, then flaunt it, baby. Ask B2L over there. It's sticking. We're making B2L into a thing.
No.
Yes, actually, I think you'll find it. Yes.
Bacon, 2 lettuces.
Bacon, 2 large sandwiches, please. Love. Thank you. But there you go. Kojima signs a letter of intent to work with Microsoft. Is it going to be a game? Potentially. Do they have an idea of what that game is? No. All they know is that they're working on experiences. But that's kind of Kojima through and through. Think of an experience and how do you make that into a game? How do you gamify an experience? Not a lot of people can bring narratives that way. He does it exceptionally well. Signs are good. Unless you're a PlayStation fanboy. And if you're a PlayStation fanboy, then that's not the way to be. It's just a piece of plastic. Take the best of both worlds, PlayStation and Xbox, and you'll be much more vibrant for it. Speaking of PlayStation and Xbox, let's jump into our next bit of news. As EA Play Live will last for 40 minutes and focus on games coming out soon, which will be on PlayStation and then Xbox, no doubt. There's the tie-in, you see, that's how it works. Anyway, this is written by Tom Ivan at VGC, and it says the event will feature Battlefield 2042, Apex Legends, Lost in Random, and, quote, a couple of other games. Nice. So don't forget, it takes place on the 7th, the 22nd of the 7th. So just under, is it 3 weeks today-ish? Yes, well, there you go.
Yeah, I was actually looking at my calendar this morning. 22nd, yeah.
So yeah, is that like, yeah, whatever. You get it. 20 days' time. Electronic Arts has announced new details about its upcoming EA Play Live showcase. EA Play Live will take place on July the 22nd with a short pre-show beginning at 6 p.m. BST, that's UK time, obviously, before the main event, which will last for 40 minutes. Quote, the main show brings the real excitement, focusing on games that are coming out soon rather than in the all-too-distant future, EA's Chief Marketing Officer David Tinson said on Thursday. The show is a fast-paced one, coming in around 40 minutes, and will feature what's next for games like Battlefield 2042 and Apex Legends. You'll also see the first gameplay for Lost in Random, featuring explosive dice battles, time-freezing tactics, and card collection. We'll have a couple of other games to highlight as well, but for those, you'll just have to wait and see, he added. BioWare subsequently said it won't be showing off anything at EA Play Live, meaning fans will have to wait longer for the next Mass Effect 4 and Dragon Age 4 reveals. EA could be set to reveal a full-fledged remake of Dead Space, which is in development, more on that shortly, at its motive studio and inspired by Capcom's recent Resident Evil games, according to GamesBeat. EA also announced on Thursday that it will broadcast several EA Play Live shows in the run-up to July 22nd's main event. DICE and Respawn will discuss Battlefield 2042, Apex Legends, and the wider FPS genre in the future of first-person shooters on July the 8th at 6 p.m. BST. A panel focused on indie developers has partnered. EA has partnered with will follow on July the 13th at 6 p.m. BST again, including Joseph Fares of Hazelight, which made It Takes Two, and also A Way Out, badass games. Olaf Redmalm of Zoink, made Lost in Random, and Guhar Bala of VLAN, which made Knockout City. You may have heard it. Ice Cream Uploads made it famous. Anyway, a Madden NFL 22 panel on July the 19th at 12 a.m. BST will focus on how the community is helping shape this year's entire series, while another broadcast on July the 20th at 6 p.m. will highlight an extremely cool new addition to an extremely popular and long-running EA Sports franchise. Wow. Basically, shit loads of conferences. So several EA Play Live shows in the run-up to the main event. The first one, DICE and Respawn looking at Battlefield and Apex on July the 8th. The next one, an indie one, which has a bunch of developers in on July the 13th at 6 p.m. And then a Madden one on the 19th and another sports one on the 20th. But what we do know, EA Play Live, the main show, will last for 40 minutes and will focus on the games coming out soon, not necessarily the games that are coming out in the future. Babe, what are your thoughts?
My first immediate thought is, are we getting the Shaggers back together for another watch along?
You're goddamn right we are.
Hey. Yeah, so we could definitely sort that out. 6 p.m, perfect timing as well, perfect time. So we're not here at 10 o'clock at night going live for some conference that isn't worth even covering, but this is going to be magic. I can't wait to see what's actually being put here. It's a shame that we're not going to see anything from Dead Space. I see it. I mean, to be fair, I was trying to read the article, and I don't know if you noticed, but my PC locked up, and I probably frozen for a good 3 or 4 minutes.
I
so I was trying to listen
notice.
and read this. Yeah. So my screens just went white. I thought I was going to blue screen again. Did it mention about? They're not going to show Dead Space, are they?
It mentioned EA.
It says that it's set to reveal.
It could be.
I can't see them doing it. I'm going to take this time to end the call as well, because I think we've got a massive delay between us.
I don't think it has ripped for me. I think. Oh, maybe it
did on mine. It said they went offline. It
says live, and we're back. I don't know what happened there. I've literally got 0 dropped frames. Did I go down for everyone? I don't know. What the fuck? Just as Bibby was on about a potential blue screen, what are the chances? Okay, well, I literally have nothing at my end that says that we're down. So that is bizarre.
Yeah. Well, the session's restarted again 48 seconds ago.
Interesting. Mine says I'm on 38 minutes.
I just got the Discord notification.
Yeah, what the fuck? Mine still says I'm on 38 minutes. I don't understand what's happened there. So my OBS is thinking it's still ploughing along full speed ahead, whereas in reality, no, it's not. Welcome back. Yeah, that's bizarre. I mean, it does say that on my Twitch stats side does say no viewers, no minutes, no clips, no nothing. So it does look like we have been offline. But my OBS is like, yep, 38 minutes in, mate. Carry on. So on my side, there's nothing that says that it's disconnected. What the fuck? Anyway, welcome back. How you doing? Where did we get to? How much of this did you actually hear? Should I start it again? Should I start it again?
Yeah, it's not exactly the longest article in the world, is it? So
okay, let's do that. I will drop back and start again. Apologies if you hear some bits twice, but it just is what it is. At least we get everything covered. So Dead Space 4, reportedly in development and inspired by Resident Evil. Dead Space is making a comeback. This is written by PATRICIO KOBEK at The Gamer. Dead Space 4 is reportedly in development, while at the same time, developer Motive is reportedly at work creating a remake of the original title. The news comes from a mix of credible sources, but EA has not officially confirmed anything. The rumours are are certainly exciting, especially as Motive is apparently basing their remake on the work done by Capcom with the success of their remakes for Resident Evil 2 and 3. This means that a Dead Space remake would contain the obvious graphical updates, but also build upon the best parts of the original game, while discarding that which did not work as well. We could look at Resident Evil 3 remake of 2020 as a template there. Capcom made the conscious decision to cut certain content, characters, and modes from the game, which is where I previously said, which Bibby absolutely loved, ish. But at the same time, they fleshed out and expanded upon other original concepts. In the original game from 1999, for example, the last two fights with the Nemesis were too much like previous engagements and overall non-threatening and subpar conclusions to such a menacing opponent. On the other hand, the remake of 2020 saw both new interpretations for both of those encounters that felt far more epic in size and threat, even if the final fight was extremely overturned on Nightmare and Inferno. A remake of Dead Space based on this philosophy would be genuinely exciting, with previously simple encounters turned all the way up. As for releasing a brand new Dead Space game, this is simply a no-brainer. Although Dead Space 3 deviated significantly from the previous genre of single-player survival horror, the success of both Resident Evil remakes as well as Village cannot be ignored to bring the franchise back to what made it so popular in the first place. EA already has other phenomenally successful multiplayer franchises, and going back to the roots of Dead Space is a win-win for old and new players alike. So wrapping that into what we were talking about previously, if you missed it, if you're just dropping in, I'll just bring the article on screen. I'm not going to read through it again, but EA Play Live will last for 40 minutes and we'll focus on games coming out soon. It will feature Battlefield 2042, Apex Legends, Lost in Random, and a couple of other games, one of which could be Dead Space. Could that be the remake? Could that be Dead Space 4? Could it be both? I don't know. So what were you saying at that point, Bib? You started mentioning Dead Space and I cut you off.
Yeah, because I'm not too sure whether or not we're actually going to see it, because they haven't, as far as I'm aware, with all the articles that we've covered, it's never actually shown anything. We've only seen a few pictures, and they've obviously changed the YouTube banner, but they actually come out and physically said that there's going to be a new Dead Space. Because everything's always reportedly and rumor mill actions and things like that. No one's actually said that this is coming yet. All signs point towards it happening, but no one actually knows if it's going to be a Dead Space 4 or it's going to be a remaster of the original ones. Like, unless I'm missing something completely, I genuinely don't think it's ever actually been put out into the ether yet. Nobody knows what it is. So if I was to choose out of all of them, leave Dead Space 3 where it is and just go back to the first one and then give a reimagining. Like, I know that we've had this obviously with Resident Evil. I did post a meme yesterday of like Dino Crisis just looking out the window of Squidward and seeing Dead Space and Resident Evil running off with remasters, which is fantastic. It's just that Dino Crisis has just been left to the back and no one tends to care about it. But I love Dead Space. Like, I wouldn't even put it in. I know this is the chat's gonna go wild, but for me, it's not technically a survival horror game. It's got all the makings of a survival horror game, but I think it's too easy. Like, I feel like they give you too many med packs. I feel like they give you, because I recently went back and I was like, fucking hell, I had to put bullets into my loot box because I had too much of them. I had too many bullets. I had too many health packs, so that I've literally got like 4 games worth in my
Too many med.
Yeah. It's, for me, it's more of it's like an action game with horror elements in there. I think it's just far too easy, but it's still in that same ether. Like, it's still a fantastically atmospheric, terrifying experience, and that's what I love about this game. If we could get a new gen version of that, yes, please. Like, playing it now on the Xbox One, it's a little bit too light, and I feel like with all the ray tracing elements now, you could potentially turn those down a little bit. I know that's ray tracers usually to make it obviously a little bit brighter and a little bit more glossy, but for an environment where you are walking around a ship and there is blood on the walls and you get flashing lights like strobe lights because it's obviously malfunction and things like that, I think you put a game like this out as a reimagining of a very, 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 very highly sought after and reviewed and a cult game, this could potentially be one of the best games of the decade.
Yeah.
That's coming straight after. It could be right up there with Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 Remake is now my favorite Resident Evil because it was originally 2, but 2 make it's so good. This could easily be right up there alongside it as one of the best games that we're ever going to see in the next decade.
Just on ray tracing, actually, I think the reason ray tracing made things brighter and shiny and glossy is because it's not been fully figured out yet. So ray tracing isn't necessarily meant to make things glossy. Ray tracing is, well, it's kind of like Ron Seal. It does as it says on the tin. It's meant to trace the rays of light more realistically. So the way that they've kind of worked in, previously, I read a whole thing about what ray tracing was, and it was like, I might get the wrong directions, but rather than tracing where the light comes from, say the sun, and how it bounces off in different directions and tracing the rays of light, because that has shitloads of potential for calculations and therefore could kill your processors. The way video games worked previously was they calculated the light on the item that you're looking at and then worked the light backwards to the source to try and get the lighting. Ray tracing turns it around and calculates it the way that it should be, so it more realistically traces rays of light. So we get glossy and shiny stuff, not because that's what ray tracing is. I think that's just because people are still developers are still figuring out ray tracing, so we can get more reactive and dynamic lighting, but not quite there yet. But that said, if you give us better lighting effects and more immersive environments, get rid of the brightness. The last thing you want is brightness. When you shine your torch on a wall, you want to see the blood glisten at that point in time, but you don't want it to be glistening on its own in a dark room because it's blood. It's not a torch. Why is it illuminated? Kind of thing. So yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't mind survival horror. Survival horror definitely, that's the one that gets me more than anything. Survival horror, when you've got no ammo, you've got no supplies, and you have to fucking make it count at every opportunity.
Yeah,
those are the ones that scare me the most. But they're the ones that are also the most stressful by definition. I don't mind action horror, but I think for me, things like Village did action horror, but it was action and horror. Action horror is okay, yeah, fair enough, you've got a shitload of ammo, but you should need the ammo. The enemies should take a shitload to put down, or they don't just like blah, like run up to you from like 50 meters away. It's like corner jump scares. Things burst out of walls all the time. That is when you get action horror for me. Because if not, it's just action. I might as well play Call of Duty and just change the Russian dude into a werewolf or a zombie or whatever. But yes, new Dead Space could be coming. We could find out on the 22nd of July. Let me jump back through the comments.
I would see it. There'll be a lot of very happy people in that watch along if it is. I can tell you now. I mean, I know you're going to go back through the comments, but I'm just going to bring up Asim's there. Like, ray tracing isn't just reflections; actually has a more profound lighting effect. The Metro update is a huge example. That's what gives me the Metro. I could not think of the game, but it was Metro that I'd seen recently that just looks like. How have I not played this game yet? How have I only played like 3/4 of the first one and not moved on to it? Metro Exodus. That PS5 upgrade looks chef's kiss. It looks fantastic, and that is the kind of shit that we want from these atmospheric games. We don't tend to have the atmospheric games anymore. Like Silent Hill was the godfather of those. Like, it was atmospheric, it was psychological. We don't have that anymore. So I know Dead Space isn't that, but if we could get that kind of vibe while you're on the ship and you have no idea what's going to be coming because it's all dark and it has the small lighting elements. Mate, that is again right up there with Resident Evil 2.
Exactly. I mean, and that's the beauty of ray tracing, or it should be. It will be, and it kind of is. It's natural lighting. It's not resonate light back off of surfaces. So that's why you would get a patch of blood that is glowing. It's because it's projecting the light off. Ray tracing sends the light in the other way, be that direct light, be that whatever. But yeah. I mean, Metro was wonderful anyway. I mean, we've had this conversation previously. It was one of the first games that I worked on with Koch Media. So we've worked with Koch Media for a long time. It's one of the first games that I worked on. Metro, was it Last Light? I want to say.
Yeah.
First light, I can't remember. Anyway, not 2033. It was the one after, and that just looked stunning on like PS3. era, and then we got the likes of Exodus and stuff like that. But yeah, it's incredible. Add ray tracing to that, and that whole underground, and that is definitely a survival sort of game. You were always running on empty of everything. So yeah, add that ray tracing. Yeah. Do you know? I might have to jump back in. Anyway, jumping back up though. Madge says I've dropped a story link into Discord. Interesting. HoloLens was augmented reality glasses, pretty much like Google Glass. There you go. Nice. Bibby is defo a diva. I bet he pisses in the sponge and squeezes it in the sink. No, he pisses in the sponge. Someone else squeezes it into the sink for him. Next Gen Base says Titanfall 3. Whilst Mr. T says Dead Space remake. Well, we don't have Titanfall 3 on the agenda to discuss. But yeah, can confirm if Titanfall 3 did arrive, I think... do you know what? I don't think we should have Mr. Benno West on the live watch along, because if it does, I think TOS. I mean, we'll have nipples and other erogenous zones exposed on stream. I don't think this is. I don't think we can handle it.
It'll be TOSSINGOWOFF.
Okay, babe, what do you think about it? Yeah, look pretty good. Mr. T, what do you think? Oh, this looks badass. And Mr. West? No, make it start. You can tell it's Friday when the conversation drops to this level. We apologise. Reeling it back in.
There's 400 episodes of this. How we lasted this long?
All I want in this world is Titanfall 3 and SSX, and maybe some stuff that I can mention on stream with Katy Perry. Dragon's Age 4 gameplay. Next Gen Base says I'd be up for the watch along, mainly because if TF3 comes up, I will probably spontaneously combust. See, that's better for TOS. I mean, if you do spontaneously combust, that's much better than all of the other things that we just audibly described on the stream. And then we get to the rip point where my internet drops out. Just as Bibby was on about a potential blue screen. Nice. Sky Broadband out here being as reliable as a plane with one wing. Gary Clark in full Gary Clark swing this morning. Can we get a Garlic Clark in the chat? Exclamation mark. Garlic Clark, please. Thank you. I think Dead Space will be a bit in the main show. If it is, I will scream like when I'm playing Dead Space. It will be called Dead Pace 4. Mark my words. I can't even say that. Never mind play that. The beautiful HUD of Dead Space and all the disgustingly gorgeous gore in 4K HDR. Border, says Mr. T. They keep teasing Titanfall in Apex. My balls have never been more blue, says Next Gen Base. It hasn't been officially confirmed yet, no. Asim says it's action horror. Ray Trace Global Lighting would make that game beyond terrifying. I'm out, says Next Gen Base. I never thought I'd hear Ron Seal and ray tracing in the same sentence. Well, I mean, it kind of works, though. Ron Seal does exactly what it says on the tin. Ray tracing, it traces rays. There you go. That's the bit you mentioned. Ray tracing isn't just reflections. It actually has a more profound effect on lighting if used correctly. The Metro update is huge. Is a huge example. It has no ray trace reflections, but ray trace lighting is adds to the atmosphere. It's good. 70-ish gig that is Asim Tavia, says Magic Man. Had to sacrifice for letting me update my other games. Yeah, that's that's the Warzone effect for me. Just fuck it. We'll just delete it and we'll just add it the next time we want. Dead Space Combat 1 and 2 was all about precision. What the streamer? With the focus on dismemberment. So while it's action, you can't run and gun. That plus the atmosphere made it special. And that's the kind of thing that you want. That's the balance. Like I say, action horror is action horror, not action and then horror. Or action with horror. There needs to be the good balance between the two. So, and I think they'd nail it. I think that they know that. I mean, they'd have to know that, right? At this point, you'd have to, if you're doing a remake and you bring in Dead Space, and with everything that's happened recently in terms of scary games, you have to bring that. So surely they'd know that. Surely. Watching people scream and jump playing the Dead Space series on Twitch is chef's kiss, says Magic Man. I mean, don't worry, we'll get Bibby to shit himself on stream for you again. We're happy to do that as many times as it needs to be done.
I'm happy to do that.
As long as we get to do it in the studio and I get to walk in and just sit next to him and do a I'll go mad.
It's fine.
Mr. T says, I sat next to Next Gen Base at Sony's E3 conference when Grim Fandango Remaster was revealed. I still occasionally hear the shouts in quieter moments.
I've never played that. Got it on my Vita, and I've got it on my on my PS4/PS5, and I've never played it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the art style that just puts me off, but never played it.
I've never played it either. Sounds like Next Gen Base is a fan. It'd be like the bit in South Park with Randy and the. Did you see the spooky ghost? If it happened, I can't remember that one.
I thought it'd just be screaming like Ned Flanders.
Fatma Dave says getting another SSX might be a bit tricky. Lol. Bunter. Mr. T says, "Yeah, I thought he was about to get his boy out. The phrase is lad. You've got to do the father Ted. He got it. I thought he was going to get his lad out. That's what it was. Blame that on the size of the surprise and all the free beers beforehand. The size of the surprise. Woo. It's a family show. Keep the mouse inside the house. Lovely.
No Kinder Egg.
Let me get. Oh, by the way, I'm going to break back on screen. If you didn't see it, this was Bibby's Dino Crisis looks at Resident Evil and Dead Space meme. GG's. Did you make that or did you see it? Oh no, you did make it. It says we've got Bibby in the bottom corner.
No.
Nice. Yeah.
I did make it. I fucked up. I was far too giddy posting that because I should have put Resident Evil Remaster and Dead Space Remaster on there and then Dino Crisis Remaster, but I was far too giddy thinking this is too fucking funny. I'm laughing to myself as I'm making it. I think I'm fucking hilarious.
High-fiving yourself. I love doing that. I do it semi-often. I'll make a meme, and quite often it'll be like a shit Photoshop of someone on my phone, and I'm pissing myself at the thought of putting this together, putting it out. The world's gonna love it. We're all gonna joke around and high five, and then like one person notices it, likes it, and you're like, oh, well, at least I enjoyed it. At least I enjoyed it.
Exactly.
Next Gen Base says 8 likes, viral content. Do you know what? I don't know what you mean. It's 9 likes, 2 retweets. Mate, that's what I'm seeing on my screen right now. And I'm not going to show you because it would almost look like I've just done it. But there you go.
You all just don't know great comedy.
I mean, I do. I've liked and retweeted it. So there you go.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Graham.
You're welcome. So, mate, got you back, mate. Got you back. But yes, Dead Space 4 reportedly in development too. So we get the Dead Space remake treatment. Hopefully Capcom will see Bibby's meme now that all you guys have been in and retweeted it. And because I know you want to retweet it, I'll get you the link as well. So copy link. This is the one that you all asked to retweet. Feel free to do that. Lovely. Nice. Lovely. Nice. Nice. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Hopefully Capcom see that. We'll make Dino Crisis off the back of that. We can have a conversation about Dino Crisis Remake 2, but Dead Space 4 as well. I mean, do we see both in EA Play Live? Do we see one? Do we get like a little sort of Dead Space like gasm where they just go, we're making Dead Space 4, yay, you wanted a new Dead Space 4, yay, and another thing, or the just one more thing kind of thing. Maybe it's that, maybe, or do we not? Well, I mean, how do you feel? I don't know. I could see
Personally,
it going.
I think they should go back again.
As in, like, what? Do the
Space 1. Just do Dead Space 1. Just start with that. I don't want to say Dead Space 3 was horrific. I just don't think it was anywhere close to being as strong as the first two. Just start again. Just start fresh. It's been, the franchise has been dormant for far too long. Start again, get everyone's attention back, and get everyone happy. I think that's easy.
Yeah. See, that's exactly the kind of thing that I do. I mean, especially if you look at what it's done for Resi, bringing out a remake, going back to the beginning-ish, obviously 2, not quite the beginning, but going back to the beginning, at least the kind of stuff that you would need for that story arc, I think. I mean, I don't know if it covers everything, but not only do you get the remake out, which brings old fans back going, yeah, but starts at the beginning so new fans can go, oh, I've never tried this before. I will jump in, yeah. And then you bring out your village, in this case, not Dino Crisis, Dead Space 4. So you bring that out after people have already jumped back in. You will be more likely to bring in the people. Because if not, a lot of people in the world that have played PUBG don't know there's a public test server. So that's just a reference that's in my mind because I'm playing PUBG's public test server this afternoon.
I'd say it's very cram that one in there.
I didn't even mean it for that, but it was a conversation that.
Where's that giant shoe on?
There was a conversation that a streamer was having, saying like test servers and things. It was like I think it was some of the esportsy guys were watching last night. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, they were saying that a lot of PUBG casuals do not even know a test server exists. So the fact that if you want to play in the public test server, the chances are you're going to be playing against like hardcore players, like the fans that love it inside out. So playing on the test server is probably going to be difficult when compared to playing on the normal servers. Makes sense. Jobs are good. But if people that play PUBG don't even know there's a public test server, people that could potentially play Dead Space 4 would be like, oh, I didn't even know there was a Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to bother. But if you give them Dead Space 1 and then kind of cement that in their mind and then give them the Dead Space 4, that's definitely the way to go. So I hope they do it that way. If we're going remakes, don't give me the end of the line of the story and then go, oh, by the way, if you want to check out the beginning after you've read that, yeah, you see, it's like, what's the point in that? So yeah, give us the beginning. Do it at the same time. I mean, it makes sense to be doing it at the same time. Resident Evil used all of the engine, the Resi engine, and all of the assets and stuff from the 2 and 3 remakes. I imagine a lot of that stuff was then easily transported over. At least the character models were. So yeah, do that. Do the remake, and then you've got a shitload of assets and stuff ready for 4 anyway. Nice. Now, only Dead Space 4 to be announced out of the 2. Clang! Here, you dropped this plug. Well, thank you. It actually wasn't a plug, but I realised that halfway through it sounded like it, so I'll take it. Nice. I mean, yeah, well done cramming PUBG into this, Graham, always. Graham being as subtle as a fucking air raid. I was actually well into the Dead Space universe, watched and enjoyed Downfall, the animated movie too, might because I'm a fan of Event Horizon, and the story reminds me of that. That film freaks me out. Enjoy it, though. I neither. I don't know. Maybe I've seen Event Horizon a million years ago, but I can't quite place it. So I'll have to Google it and see. Anyway, let's wrap things up, though. We do have one little bit of news left here. Not so much in the EA court, but it's in the video games court, naturally, because this is the scoop. Anyway, as we do, we finish the week with a segment that Bibby coined. What did you coin it, Bib? What was the name?
Free Game Friday, Graham.
Yeah. So Tom Ivan at VGC says the Epic Game Store's next 3 titles have been announced. Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead, and Ironcast will replace the Spectrum Retreat. So next week's free Epic Game Store titles have been confirmed. Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead, and Ironcast, and they will be free to download from July the 8th to the 15th. They will replace narrative-driven puzzle game The Spectrum Retreat, which normally costs 10 quid, but is currently free to download until July the 8th. Epic claimed in January that the Epic Game Store had attracted, do you know what, shitloads of people. Not too bothered about the stats. We can just get down to the information. So there you go. The Spectrum Retreat is free to download now. Make sure you get it. If you're on PC, Epic Game Store, just open up the launcher, go to the free game section in the store, get yourself Spectrum Retreat now, and then from next week, Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead, and Ironcast. I mean, the thing that does make me ask questions is Bridge Constructor sounds like the most boring game in the world. The Walking Dead sounds like something that might have my attention. The Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead, that does not sound like a crossover that I ever imagined to happen. Does anyone know what this is?
I've watched the trailer, and I will never play this game in my life. And that is coming from someone who plays a lot of really shit games.
Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead.
Trailer's in the article.
Oh, is it?
But you ain't got cookies on, have you?
Okay.
I can drop it in. I can drop it in there.
Yeah. I've got a live action trailer on Head Up.
Looks shocking.
Okay, click at the link. Oh, it is Head Up. There you go. That's the one. Yeah, nice. Okay. Discussing now. Let me get the overlay on. Free Game Friday. Bop. And then. Okay, let's have a watch. This is going to be good-ish. The world we knew is gone. Okay, muting that. No one is prepared for what comes next. Wow. AMC's The Walking Dead meets Bridge Constructor TM. Brutally funny. Walker ragdoll physics. Great elaborate constructions and lethal traps.
You know, I was talking about stick death the other day.
Exactly. Players' iconic characters from the series.
So, first comment on YouTube: this is the Death Stranding sequel we all deserve. Yeah, this is not good.
I've played worse games than this. I mean, it does look like a mobile game. I've played like not Angry Birds, Angry Pigs or whatever it was, when you had to like build a vehicle to send your pig whatever. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Not bad for a free bet.
Lemmings.
Yeah. Lemmings, big Lemmings vibes, absolutely. Yeah, nice. If it's free, I would probably never pay for it. But that is the joy of the Epic Game Store. You can try it. It does look bizarre. It does look daft. I mean, it does look like it could be fun if you were playing that to kill some time. Then yeah, fair enough. But yeah, you don't have to pay for it. So winner. Don't you dare put that in the same category as Lemmings, says Tito. I was
No, I just wash my mouth out.
I was just being polite. I was just agreeing with him. I was like, yeah. I went. Already emailed HR. That's all I'm saying. Bridge Constructor is pretty fun, says Next Gen Base. It looks shocking, says Magic Man. Space Jam game is also free on Game Pass with perks at the minute. Oh, really?
What?
Star Trek Facts. Scenes from Event Horizon are in episode of Voyager in a flashback sequence. Can I confirm? I will never, ever be playing that, says Lake. And yeah, there we go. Back to the don't you dare put that in the same category comment as Lemmings from Tito. I downloaded that last night. What, the Space Jam game? Nice. Or maybe that's something we play on Wednesday on Insert Coin, Bib. If you've got it on PC, we parsec into your PC. I always wanted you to stream the sequel to Space Jam. There you go. That's how we went. There you go.
Yeah. So I will try and... I don't think it's actually on PC. I'm having a look at Games Pass on PC now, and I can't find it.
But there you go. That's it. Free Game Friday. Not as good. You can't always hit home runs. There's not enough games to get home runs every week. But if you want something different, Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead, and Ironcast will be free from the 8th. In the meantime, the Spectrum Retreat is available for you to get now. So just grab them if you want them. If you're never going to play with them, then you just get them anyway. It's free. Just keep it. Think you should play Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead instead. What's the word I'm looking for? To quote Mortal Kombat, Raiden.
Oh, shit.
I don't think so. Mortal Kombat. Okay, there we go. No, I don't think so. But what I do think is that we've got to wrap things up. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another week and 400 episodes of The Scoop, you beautiful people. We appreciate the support. It's ridiculous. 400 episodes. Nice. I mean, chances are, if you weren't here, we'd probably still be doing it anyway. The conversation just wouldn't last as long. And we wouldn't have memes of Bibby trying to put on a T-shirt back to front like we had yesterday from Mr. Garlic Clark, that was probably my favourite one yet. I appreciate that one. But yeah, genuinely, we appreciate you guys sticking around. It does mean a lot. Just being here is enough, but then you go and do stupid things like raiding us, like Enzo did, following us, like Wademan did, and then dropping all of the subs and the gifties and all of the other bits that you do. It's super, super appreciated. Obviously, we don't do this full time. This is just something we do on the side. So it's nice to see you guys liking the content. I mean, you guys doing that sort of stuff validates us enough, but it also gives us money back to be able to give back to you. So obviously, we financially benefit from subs, which is what kind of allows us to do things like the loot drop. So make sure if you are a sub that you're in the loot drop. I say it every week, but I genuinely mean it. If you're not in it, you can't win it, and you've paid for the sub already, so you might as well. I mean, you've done a nice thing by supporting us. You might as well do something nice for yourself and get yourself into the loot drop, because if not, you're missing out on stuff. You could be winning all the things like Spike does. Although it's been a while since Spike's won, so he's probably due another win. Let's all just watch Spike get his own bit of merch this week. Although Spike has one of these, I think, doesn't he? He sports jerseys, so Spike will have to get something else. But there you go. Yeah, we are going to disappear though. I'm going to jump back on, and it will probably be, and this is coming from a guy whose internet just shit itself and died without his internet noticing it a few minutes ago. It will probably be a technically inept stream that follows, because I am going to be playing the PUBG PTS. That's the public test server. I have never streamed the PUBG PTS, so I don't know what that's going to be like in terms of frames and shit. So it could be a badass stream before we then switch back to console. But do feel free to join us for that. I'm going to try that out. I will give it a go. Check out the new Tego map in PUBG. Get my ass kicked by PC players, because I will be playing on PC with mouse and keyboard, and then potentially controller, depending on how badly it goes. So yeah, feel free to stick around and join us for that. But before all of that happens, Mr. Bib, is there anything you want to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of us that have joined us from the first episode to 400. It's been a wild ride. We've definitely got better at it. We've definitely got better at podcasting since the first one to now. You'd think that the show would flow so much better, and it does. Have a look at the first one. Watch it now. It definitely flows a lot better. But if you want to help shape our next 400 shows, there is 2 ways that you can do that. First of all, find us on social media. It's at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or get involved with our Discord. If you are watching this on demand, then hit the description box below. You'll see all the links that you need there. All we need from you is the URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time? On Monday, Mr. Graham Day.
That will be
at 10 a.m. ish
To 12.
to 12.
10 a.m. ish to 12 on Monday ish. 10 a.m. ish. Thank you very much for being here. Have a good weekend if you don't stick around for the PUBG stuff. If you don't stick around the PUBG stuff, I'm not gonna label you or blame you or judge you. I am absolutely gonna judge you. Why won't you stick around for the yeah, no, I'm joking. Have a good weekend if we don't see you. We'll see you at 10 a.m. ish on Monday for the next episode of The Scoop. Until then,
Stay frosty and have a good weekend and look after yourself. Stay frosty and issues.
Stay frosty.